things I wanted to talk about is how I personally go about getting my screams and my vocal sounds. One of the problems I used to find was, as I was researching how to do things safely, I overanalyzed things like what vocal folds I was using, and like, am I using false chords? Am I doing this? Am I doing this? The thing I realized quite quickly was that a lot of the heavy lifting is done using this. The settings and the processing you've got going through the system is what drives my sound to sound like it does. And the other thing that I realized was there were many voices that I would do in just normal day, many random voices that I would do just during the day, as I'm walking around. And I realized nothing was hurting. So what worked for me more than focusing on, where the pressure is and stuff, whilst like I'm not saying don't learn that stuff, I found if you try to create the character, as in like play a character, so like you do a voice, everything just seems to fall into place naturally, at least for me. And like I said, I'm not saying that learning about all of the technicalities and stuff like that is a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing. It just actually made me personally go backwards, and I didn't feel like it helped. When I go into like the lows, I'm trying not to focus on the action. Like, think about it like focus on your breathing right now and realize how difficult it actually is to, it makes everything feel unnatural. So one of the things that I have actually done, I hope my partner doesn't mind me saying it, but I told her to do like witch voices or like goblin voices. So like, everyone's got that little sound in their head of like this little green goblin thing jumping around going, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm not worried about any positioning. I'm just going, what does this guy look like in my head? How do I make his sound? Like the same way, like if you want to go low, think of something that's got a low sound, a low voice. So like, think like a bear. And we know that when bears do their, think about their mouth shape, rather than worrying about like, am I squeezing too hard? I'm a bear. Or even bark like a dog. When you do that and you add in like delays, reverbs, stuff like, and yeah, that's basically all I do personally. So like if I'm in the middle of a song and I'm like, this particular character that I'm singing about or is singing is horrible. Like there's one point in Vanished where I just go pure guttural, and it's supposed to make you feel oh shit, this guy's just not right in the head. I never thought about where I was pushing or anything like that. I just went, this guy has lost his shit, and he's just going to come in and go. But yeah, coming back to the mic, with how this carries a lot of your sound. Look at how close I am. Like, if I move away from the mic and do the same sound, no matter what I've got set up here, it will disappear. So, but yeah, if I make the guttural, just getting that little bit closer, we use the proximity effect to build it in. hopefully this will, like the audio from this will actually show how quiet it is. Because that's the other thing that I've noticed a lot of people try to do is they yell. And a yell is not the same as a scream. And what I mean by that is if I'm yelling, I'm so unfocused, I don't care if I lose my voice. Imagine you're at a gig and you're trying to shout over to your friend. You're actually yelling. Whereas if you're screaming, you're making that sort of sound. It's just a big difference between the two. And obviously you need to warm up, you need to practice, and you need to not overdo it. You got to listen to your voice when it does start going, dude, that hurt. But I don't, and I don't really know why I wanted to talk about this, but I thought it was interesting, and I thought it would be interesting for you guys to see. I don't know all the technical crap. I get the sounds because I've practiced. 2, because I listen to my voice, and when it gets too much, I call it. And also 3 is I think about the character, put my mindset in the character, and when we get to the character, we should find some sort of sound. Like, you can do it with anything. Like, if you want to do like a Duke Nukem, you can just do this. You just think about how he all up in his face doing this, and you can just go blow it out your ass. Yeah. Or like you want to do an Optimus Prime. So he's a big Autobots roll out. Like, if you can't get to the low, try moving something inside your mouth or changing your face, your mouth shape. Like, don't worry about compression, and just as long as it doesn't hurt, enjoy it. You guys are awesome. Keep it heavy. Keep it neon. We'll see you soon.